3102 BC, called Kali Yuga. And you take the next iteration from 1335 going forward, and you get 433 AD. And 433 AD was about 40 years before the end of the Western Roman Empire. It was already faltering dramatically. It was the end of it. And guess who showed up on the scene? The famous Attila the Hun took over in 433, 434 AD. And that was kind of like he was a very, very strong leader of the Huns, and he kind of contributed significantly to finishing off the Romans. So again, you had this decline phase of the last part of the Roman Empire and the end of the 18th dynasty, which was considered the most successful dynasty in the middle era of Egypt. And then all of a sudden the whole thing came to a halt after Akhenaten died. And so next, what happened in Rome that would mirror this parallel situation to this sun god thing and to the fall of the Yuga prior to Kali Yuga and into Kali Yuga. And what happened was, interestingly, Christianity initially started in that first century AD and developed, and we know all the details quite a bit about his followers and the whole future of Christianity was kind of set in motion. But what was really interesting about that is, remember I mentioned 296 years is one of the repetition periods. And if you go from when Christ started to actually speak and when he began to preach and such, that was around the age of 27. So around 22 AD. If you go 300 years into the future, it's like 318, 319. That was when Constantine, Emperor Constantine, showed up. And 311 AD was when Christianity was accepted. Constantine apparently he felt that Christianity had value for whatever reasons. So he kind of eventually, they say before he died in 334 AD, that he actually became Christian. So this is another wave of kind of some sort of unifying religious principle that came right at the end of the Roman Empire, at the Western Roman Empire. And this kind of light is coming up again. Christianity is being accepted. There's a considerable amount of concept of unity, and as opposed to multiple gods and multiple statues and the Roman gods being diversified. The whole theme of Christianity was there's one God. And that one God thing was the same theme that Akhenaten had, so this theme of this light phase coming right before the darkness, and of course the Roman Empire was taken over by the Huns. They called them barbarians. I mean, they were people, but the place became broken down. It ceased to be one nation, one country. It had multiple areas, and there were different leaders, and they were fighting with each other, and it broke down the whole thing into a non-empire.